Hey Delmarva, thanks for tuning in on this very chilly Monday afternoon. We appreciate it. We are your hosts. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo, and gotta watch out for some of that frost out there in the mornings.
Yes.
I know we had talked about some of the things to do in Ocean City and like around the coastal beach area when it gets this cold. I know those sun catchers are on our list of things to try, so
We can't wait.
We'll see if we can do that tonight.
We have been watching the weather, trying to see what we can do. Yes, I'm so excited. Those are like those icy sun catchers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that OC Tourism talked to us about. Really, really beautiful. I hope they last a while, though. I was thinking, like, I'll put it in my garden. And
I guess, yeah, last as long as they're cold.
That's fine. Well, hopefully we can get some good use out of them. Hey, we're going to just jump into something maybe controversial, but something I have some hot opinions about, okay? This is my Hot Take Monday, and we're talking Ariana Grande, her Yes and song. So if you don't know, Ariana Grande, who is arguably one of the best singers in the world.
Certainly in pop music.
Definitely. I mean, she is a star. Her vocal range is insane. And if you're like, Paige, probably not. I understand why, because I feel like she never uses her full vocal range. She doesn't
I would
give
agree
us
with that.
everything she could do.
Yeah, and I mean, I think she got her start on Broadway,
Right.
so she's clearly got the talent of a Broadway stage performer,
Yes.
which is a different kind of performing than in a recording studio necessarily. So she's used to live singing and covering that vocal range, but I think as a pop star, we don't tend to see that sort of vocal range in action most of the time. I mean, I
Right.
feel like we saw that with Kelly Clarkson. We saw that with several other artists throughout the years that should pop be their domain, we're not going to see their full
Right.
vocal range and abilities.
Which is too bad, because she is so insanely talented. And I want to preface this too by saying I'm a big Ari stan. I've seen her in concert. I have the merchandise. Love her, love her. So Ari, this is coming from a place of concern. What is this new music? What is this? I mean, so her new song, Yes and, highly anticipated. It's been 3 years since she dropped any new music
Wow,
because
it's
she's
been that long?
busy.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's insane.
I mean, the thing about this song is the beat is so catchy. I mean,
Amazing.
as soon as I heard it, I was like, yes, this is like, I'm into it. But I realized the beat is so catchy that I didn't hear a single lyric on my first listen through. Not a single one. So I was like, man, I don't think I really know what this song is about, especially since all of a sudden everybody online was saying things along the lines of, oh my gosh, the home wrecker, like she's just comfortable with that. She's announcing that. And I'm like, well, she's done that before in music. And I mean, I feel we ought to be able to separate sometimes the context of an artist's life and the work that they put out. You shouldn't need the context to make the song make sense.
Right.
If that makes sense. But yeah, I felt like I completely missed it because the beat was so catchy. And honestly, I felt like the music video left a lot to be desired from Ari. Like, she's normally got a big over the top, it's really fun. You see her and you're like, yeah, that's what I like. I'd have a new style in mind as soon as I see her music videos. And that didn't happen this time.
It just was bland all the way.
It was giving
through.
improv.
It was. And I know it was kind of a play on this this video that Paula Abdul did like years and years and years ago, that you are so different, and Paula Abdul would never sing that song, first of all.
Also true.
She would never. So yeah, so if you haven't heard the lyrics, because Ariana is known to mumble during her songs.
That's true.
Fine. We're all mumblers here, but she especially. And yes, the beat was so loud, and you listen and I'm like, well, maybe there's substance in the lyrics. There was no substance in the lyrics. It was like, why do you care who I'm hooking up with? Because he had a wife and kid, Ari. That's why we care so much. So
yeah, that one in particular was that was a big one.
that was a rough one. So again, this is coming from Love. Her new album drops later this year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to give the album a listen.
Same.
So maybe one song isn't always, and I think especially artists tend to put their catchiest stuff out as their singles and not necessarily their most substance songs lyrically. So I'll still give the album a listen.
Perfect. I'm hoping we get like an Adele moment from her, if you will. Just beautiful songs that really use her vocal range.
But kind of in the sphere and realm of dating and maybe places you might not expect to find romance, LinkedIn is now being used pretty regularly as a dating site. A little over half of people are using LinkedIn as a dating site, which I know I had read before that LinkedIn was starting to see people like trying to slide into your DMs in a romantic way. But now that we're sort of over half of users, I feel it's worth talking about.
This is insane to me. And it's giving, for me at least, it's almost giving like pick-me vibes in a
little bit. I have a job.
Right.
Please.
Because what do you put in your bio on LinkedIn that's going to attract women? Like, I'm the CEO of whatever, or I make this much money. Like, that's not what you should be going after in a relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really understand how to make it work as a dating site. I mean, I barely have figured out LinkedIn in the first place, and I don't like at all that it resembles Facebook. Like, I feel like that's weird.
And I don't want my romantic life involved at all with my work life.
No, me neither.
No, if someone messaged me on LinkedIn, like, hey girl, I'm in broadcasting too, let's meet up and talk about broadcasting, I'd be like, I have coworkers for that, thank you, goodbye.
Yeah, I like to keep my professional and my personal life separate. I certainly don't need them meeting, not on LinkedIn.
Yeah. If you have met your significant other, I would love to know your story, because I know that there has to be a success story out there. I just can't envision it.
Yeah. I mean, I know there are success stories out there the same way that there are the Tinderellas. I mean, a lot of people don't start Tinder necessarily looking for forever love. It's often mostly a hookup site. But anything can happen. Shoot your shot.
I'm so curious. Because when you put in your bio on like a dating site, I want kids, I don't want kids, I want to get married. It's like, I guess half of me can respect it, because maybe the girlies are like filter 100K or more, right? Works Monday through Friday. I don't know, something like that.
True. I mean, unless they're faking it, unless you get on LinkedIn just to say, oh, look, I have a job, but actually you don't, then things can get messy. But I can see that, like, checking that box, if that's the one thing you've struggled to check in other dating lives past, then maybe you've got yourself covered now.
Yes,
but
always.
You may have noticed our outfits being a little loud, a lot going on with our fits today. That's because we've got a guest coming in who knows a lot about fashion, how to declutter, how to style yourself. So we're going to get into all of that. But first, our field correspondent, Maya Henry, is going to tell us what else is coming up on Coast Life.
Coming up today on Coast Life, attention all bookworms. Looking for a new genre to add to your book collection? Stay tuned, because we're heading to a local bookstore to check out all things mystery. And want to spruce up your look this year? We have a professional fashion consultant giving you all the tips and tricks to finding your signature look. Plus, searching for ways to get creative during retirement? Don't go anywhere, because we have a program that has over 200 hands-on courses for you to explore. All that and more when Coast Life gets back.
Coast Life is brought to you by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
Paige, if you were to pick up a new hobby, what do you think you would do?
You know what, Leah? I don't even think I want to start something new. I want to better what I've already tried.
Okay.
I've tried crocheting. I need to get better at it. Baking, I really want to become a better baker. So I think I want to increase how well I do my hobbies.
Yeah. See, I really wanted to get into sewing.
Yes, you'd be great.
Well, that's debatable. According to the hat I made in a costuming class once, I would not be great at sewing.
You would. Try again. It's never too late.
Well, for adults 50 plus, if you would like to pick up a new hobby, our field correspondent, Maya Henry, is going to tell you all about it with our friends at the Osher Lifelong Institute. Maya?
What age do you think of as the limit to learning? Visual arts and performing arts, woodworking, a lesson on how to become a Mahjong master. At the University of Delaware's Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, affectionately known as OLLI, you can learn it all and so much more. The program targets people 50 and older and allows them to sharpen their minds or discover a new passion. Sally Cole, program manager in Kent and Sussex County, says OLLI offers more than 200 courses.
Well, there's a wide variety of classes, and we have classes that are taught over and over and over again because they're loved, such as stained glass, our woodworking classes, mosaic woodworking. So we have repeats in those semester after semester. We have instructors who pride themselves on coming up with new classes each semester, largely based on what they've learned in the previous semester from interacting with their students.
OLLI has seen substantial growth in its 37 years. What once began in Milford has now expanded to all of Delaware. Connie Benko is the chair counsel of the Kent and Sussex Counties program. She says through the years, OLLI has remained committed to its motto.
Our tagline is it's right up here, where friends meet to learn.
And they do just that in a way you may not expect. At OLLI, gone are the typical ways of learning. There's no grades given, and exams and quizzes aren't happening here.
And I don't want to have to read 3 chapters in this to go to the next class, nor do I want to write a paper about it. So it's the best of all worlds. It's getting the exposure and the knowledge without putting in all the extra work.
Instead, members learn through hands-on lessons and engaging courses that are taught solely by volunteer instructors. They use their personal experience in their respective fields to educate their students. Collage and retired art teacher Mary Kate McKinley uses her passion for visual arts to help students see their world in a different light.
And I love helping other people see. I mean, art is not so much talent as whether or not you can see it. If you can see it, you can draw it. If you can see it, you can do it. And I love helping people see, you know, opening up the side of their brain that might not have, well, that might have been dormant. And letting them, you know, express themselves.
If you're more interested in understanding the world around you, Ollie's journalism courses may just be what you are looking for, and they're taught by some familiar faces. Ralph Biglighter worked as an international correspondent for CNN in the 80s and 90s. Now he's sharing what he learned through his career with Ollie students who want to enrich their lives.
These are people who have not decided that, oh, I don't need to know anymore, I'm good. They are eager to learn, particularly about topics they know little about. And so my mission is to try to satisfy that craving, if you will, and say to people, what is it that you would like to know about journalism or about the news or about the news business or about international affairs? And I'll try to fill in on the basis of my own knowledge.
Leanne Hansen began her journey as an Ollie instructor after spending 40 to 50 years working as a host at NPR. Now she's retired, living in Bethany Beach.
Honestly, when I moved here, one of the first things I did was take some classes. Everything from Delaware naval history to a history of the Broadway musical. I did try conversational Spanish, but I'm afraid it didn't stick because I had 20 years of French one. But I just thought, this is amazing to be able to do something and continue to learn.
Perhaps you're looking for a more hands-on way of learning. Surgeon turned woodworker Joe DeFeo is the instructor for you.
I actually have had about maybe 14 students that have picked up woodworking as a hobby. I've helped them make their own shops, and then they pick up a hobby because it's something they've never done. So that's the best thing, is people have come into the hobby because they've taken my classes.
For those who love a little friendly competition, a class in Mahjong is the perfect course. Catherine Henn takes the lead on that one.
This game is just totally intriguing constantly. I've been playing it for over 25 years, and it still is wonderful to sit down at a mahjong table and see what happens in that game, because it's very different. People play together. Sometimes I played with a group for 15 years, and you bond with them. You get to know them really well, and you know, it's very lovely.
And just that touches on the Ollie offerings. And if you're looking to sign up, now is the time, as priority registration is now open.
It will continue through January 18th, but will take you right up until the semester begins on February 4th. And even 5 weeks into it, when we start our second 5-week semester. And we add registrations on a rolling basis. The importance of registering early is to gauge admission to the lottery.
2024 is your year to master a new skill, tackle a new talent, see the world through a different light. And you can do it all at the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, where friends meet to learn.
And you know, Leah, what I love about this too is if you can't attend those classes, Ollie, Osher Lifelong Institute, if you didn't know that's what it stands for, but Ollie has free virtual classes January 16th through the 26th, so really make sure you check those out.
Yes, we've got more for you to check out though, especially if you are into mystery books. We've got a chance for you to get your hands on some of those. It's also going to help out our local public library on the way.
Well, it's no question here on Coast Life if Leah and I are big readers.
Yes.
We love to read, and we love to share that love of reading with you all. And you know who else loves to do that? Any guesses? The Friends of the Lewis Public Library. We have Candace Vesela. I said that right. Candace Basella back with us today. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here with you today.
Thank you. Well, we had so much fun with you last time, and today you have some more fun coming our way, hoping to get people, if you can't tell, of all ages reading. Something called the Mystery Book Sale is coming up.
Intrigue.
It sounds like a mystery. Candace, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's not terribly much of a mystery because we're having a sale. We've been advertising it this coming Friday from 3 to 5 and Saturday from 10 to 2. We'll be selling gently used books. They are mystery and suspense genre books.
Fun.
We'll have over 2,000 books for your shopping pleasure.
Wow.
And we are very excited about that because it's been a very popular sale, and that genre of book is very popular with people universally.
Yes.
It
Now,
is.
people only have a limited amount of time to shop this sale in particular, right? So it starts Friday, like you said. How long do they have to shop the mystery book sale?
So from 3 to 5 on Friday, and then Saturday from 10 to 2. But if they miss this sale, we have a shop in the library, and many of your viewers are still learning that we have a shop.
Yes.
And we have a couple of thousand books in this tiny shop. Among them, the large preponderance of books in there are mystery and suspense type novels. So if they miss this sale this weekend, they can always stop in our shop. And we're open from 10 to 4 Monday through Friday, and from 10 to 1:30 on Saturdays.
I think that's really exciting, maybe even for parents too, because if they want to get their child a book to take home and keep, of course it's fantastic that you can borrow books in the library, but you have a huge selection. I mean, look what's in front of us. Are these examples of what you can get at the shop?
They are examples. We specialize in books about Delaware and about the local area. One of the books that we're really proud to sell is The Mermaid in Rehoboth Bay by Nancy Sakudusky. She's a local author. It's an award-winning book. The illustrations are just stunning and gorgeous.
That's very sweet. And the adults for books. What am I getting at? Books for adults. Tongue-tied here. Books for adults as well. But you also have, I'm going to take a look on if you can see it.
Yeah, some great accessories.
Ooh, this is heavier than I thought. Socks. And Leah, can you reach that? Hats?
Yep.
There we go.
We got a little hat.
Apparel, which I love. And then what do you have right there?
Well, in Delaware, of course, you only need one license plate on the rear of your car. So for the front of your license plate, you can have a Lewis, Delaware license plate, or if you'd like to support your local friends of Lewis Public Library, you can have one of ours on the front of your car also.
This is so cute, because if you love to read, I mean, you love all things reading. Socks.
That's right. I love the totes. I'm a big tote girly.
Oh, yes. These
all
are
my
so
grocery
cute.
bags, and these are really cute. So you got a mix here of stuff for adults and kids as well.
We do.
Always so much that the library does that we just don't know about, and I'm so glad that you're pushing it and saying, hey, we're not just here for you to borrow and return books. We have so much for you and your family.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, our library has to raise about half of its operating budget every year, so we're part of the team. We don't raise all that money. We're part of a larger team that helps to do that, but it's a wonderful thing because anything you purchase from the Friends benefits the Lewis Public Library and enables the library staff to purchase the new lending materials. That's where the money goes from all of our proceeds.
Yeah, as we know, the library really is one of the last free spaces that people can exist and know that they don't have to spend any money to get something out of it and to have a safe place to be, especially after school or, in those evening hours.
Definitely. So thank you so much for being here. Just give us one more reminder, the mystery book sale, when people can shop it.
Mystery book sale, it will be this coming Friday from 3 to 5 and Saturday from 10 to 2.
All right, get in there. You gotta get your mystery books for your reading. Okay, guys, we have a lot more Coast Life, a lot more fun to get to. We will be right back. Stay tuned. Well, everybody loves a love story. Who doesn't love some romance? And with Valentine's Day,
that's right.
It's right around the corner. If you didn't know by our set, if you saw, we have some heart-shaped touches all around our set. But to explain a way you can celebrate with your loved ones and tell us a little bit about their own love story, we have Monica and Ed with Ocean Pines Players here with us today. Welcome, both of you.
Hello.
Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're talking about a play that you have coming up, but first, I just want to touch on the two of you. Been together for nearly 50 years. Not quite 50, as Monica let us know, but I just want to know how you guys met, how you made it almost 50 years. Tell us a little bit about it.
She had the lead in a play. Her costume was a towel, by the way. And I was hired to do the lighting for the show. And that was how we met.
So you guys have a play coming out, though, that is celebrating love. Love is in the title, Love Letters. Tell us a little bit about it, what we can expect.
Well, it's a play about the relationship between these two people. They're childhood friends, and it really goes through their lives, and it's conducted by letters. They correspond by letters throughout their lives. Through most of their lives, they were doing that. There were periods where they didn't. But and he was, for some reason, he is obsessed with writing things rather than telling them. So he, even when she doesn't feel like writing to him, he sort of guilts her into continuing the writing. But they do this, and they're not old. It's not until later in life that they actually get together romantically. But they have all of these things, and they have their own spouses and children and things that happen, so it's really interesting. It takes you through a whole spectrum of emotions and feelings.
And you told us this is actually the first show that you guys have been in together. How is that? What is it like working together in the same show in this sense, especially one about love?
Yeah. You mean acting together?
Acting together, yes. Acting together.
Yeah, well, we have done a lot of theater together. A lot of it has been me directing, because that's mainly what I've been. I'm directing this show, by the way. But this is the first actual time. We almost did. We auditioned for something, we got cast, and then we realized that the dates were conflicting with something that we had, so we couldn't do the show. But this is the first time. But it's not really a problem, because we're at a point where we have a connection, a chemistry that there are things that I know that I don't have to say to her, that she will just know, because she happens to be very intelligent.
Imagine that.
She said it only took 40-something years.
Blonde actress that has a brain. So how does that happen?
Oh my gosh. Well, this is really a good date night for people of all ages to come see this play, because you are doing something a little bit different too. They'll be wined and dined as well. Tell us about that.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, it's cabaret seating. So there is wine and charcuterie included in the price of admission. So it's actually very reasonable. It's like $25 for admission to the play and the charcuterie. And
that's incredible.
Nice. Yeah, great date night.
A glass of wine and listen to two people up there.
Oh, that's great. So if people want to jump on this, they want to start planning, make sure they have time to save, because men sometimes wait too long to reserve plans for Valentine's Day. Start now. Where can they buy tickets?
Online, oceanpinesplayers.org. And it'll come right up, and you just put in your information.
Perfect.
You got your tickets.
Perfect. Looking forward to it. Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for being here today and for telling us not only about this love story, but your love story a bit too. You guys are hilarious. We definitely want to have you back, so thank you.
Okay.
It was fun being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Come back anytime. All right, you guys. Hey, coming up, we're talking fashion, Leah.
That's right.
A lot of fashion, and if you've ever, which I know you have, wanted to email Leah and I and tell us what you think about how we look, don't worry about it. We have an expert coming in to tell us themselves. We'll be right back.
Watching Coast Life, and whether your whole house needs a little bit of a makeover or maybe it's just a room, no matter the scale of the project, the folks at Creative Concepts in Ocean View and Lewis have a plan for you to make your home your dream home. So let's get inside.
For 50 years, Creative Concepts has been serving Delmarva with beautiful, unique furniture, designs, and finishing touches to make your house the home of your dreams.
We've always offered complimentary design services, which now is kind of an everyday slogan for most people in our industry. I think what sets us apart is the quality of our design services. Our design staff has been here for upwards of 10 and some 30 years, which in this industry is quite an accomplishment.
At Creative Concepts, you're not just another sale to be made.
We base this operation on no gimmicks, low pressure, friendly atmosphere, and great service to go along with it.
Craig Lednam may be president of Creative Concepts, but he knows it's teamwork that's made them shine for the last 50 years.
Between the office team, the service team, the delivery team, is what it takes to really complete, a pleasant experience for our customer.
You can also count on a respectful experience.
One of the other things we recognize is we believe in people and we respect people, whether they are our clients or whether they are part of our team. And it's so simple and so obvious, but it's an important part of who we are.
Whether you're looking for a sofa or a more involved remodel, designers like Eileen and Robin are ready and excited to help you create your ideal room.
We have several featured here in the showroom, one of which is the Whistler sofa, which is up front, and hundreds of beautiful fabrics to choose from. It's a great piece in that it can go from contemporary or traditional decor, work well with each. And of one fun little aspect is you can change the stitching on the body and customize the color of the stitching and have fun with it.
Another item we have is the Kent sofa. It does standard sofa where you can come in, you can pick your arm, your height of your back, the depth of your seat, hundreds of fabrics, so it really designs for you and your family.
So what will you find on Creative Concepts Showroom?
They can come here from nuts to bolts. It's the full selection, so they can do dining, they can do rugs, they can do wallpaper, upholstery, any type of case good throughout the whole space.
The team at Creative Concepts loves what they do, and their designers love helping you find your way to your dream home.
I find it very exciting to have a client come in and they definitely have the glazed over look and completely overwhelmed. And once you sit them down and start talking to them and let them know we're here for you, we're going to hold your hand through the process. We'll explain everything, we'll have it all laid out for you. You can see their expression go, oh, okay, I can do this.
And really, one of the best parts of this job, I find, is just the personal connections that you make with someone, that walks in the door, a stranger, and by the end of the process, many times they're, like family.
A seemingly small change that has a large impact on the look of your home are window treatments.
Shutters and blinds can change the whole outlook of the house from being a basic blah home to designer showcase home, and the shutters can really do that in a major way.
In addition to shutters and blinds, the Hunter Douglas line also has vignettes to give your home a luxury feel.
Vignettes are what's behind me. They're like a Roman shade. It's a newer look for a Roman shade. It's flatter looking. It doesn't have the fluff and puff like an old Roman shade did and everything. So it's a really nice look. It comes actually in fabrics and it comes in a woven woods, which are nice looks too.
If drapery is more your style, Creative Concepts has a wide variety of choices and the ability to install, so you don't have to worry about any part of the process.
Draperies to me are sort of the final accessory to complete the room. They add a lot of texture and dimension to a room. We can use them to complement some of the Hunter Douglas window treatments. There's a full line. We have hundreds of fabrics to choose from. We also have drapery hardware that we could choose from. And we have an in-house workroom.
Starting the design process can be a little intimidating, but the team at Creative Concepts will walk you through every step.
Typically, we will have them come in and we'll sit down and look at a plan of if they want to do one room, the whole house, and just kind of start with, do we need to go and do cabinet selections, or are we basically just going off the floor plan and adding furniture, window treatments, etc.?
We talk to them, we start conversation, and we figure out what the scope of their project is and how much they need us to participate with that.
Of course, with big projects comes timelines and budgets.
We're very respectful of budgets, so we begin that conversation in the very beginning where they want to be, because it's the real world. All of this is expensive, but it's also an investment. So what we do is we break it down to where we know, to put the money in different areas. We know where to generate more funds and we know where to generate maybe less funds. So we will help them with all of this. And then as far as timelines, we're very upfront. Most manufacturers, not all, but most manufacturers are back to pre-pandemic levels, time deliveries and things like that. But we'll work through those with them to maybe not go in this direction, but maybe go in this direction if they need something for immediate delivery.
This segment of Coast Life was brought to you by Creative Concepts.
Coast Life, we've got a fabulous collection of clothes and wardrobe displayed in the studio for you. That is because we are going to introduce you to Gary Lewis, a professional fashion consultant who has quite the experience, and you've kind of jumped around here and there, and now you're joining us in coastal Delaware. We are so excited to have you. Gary, tell us just a little bit about yourself, about your life as a professional fashion consultant. It sounds so fabulous.
Well, I went to college for fashion design 4 years, and that was because I was a really good sewer. My sister was actually a competitive figure skater, and they all had to be handmade and custom made to match the music and whatever. So I had sort of had a business of doing that. And then I went to college for fashion design, and then I was worried I wouldn't get a job, so I went and got a master's degree, and I am a teacher K through 12 in art and home ec. I've done all different things, and for a while after that, I started doing people's image. They started asking me to either make a fashion for them and also clean closets and different things. So I took the color training, which was very popular in the 80s, where you decide if you're warm toned or cool toned, and you get a palette of colors. This happens to be mine. I'm sure some of the people out in the audience know summer, winter, fall. This is really helpful for getting your wardrobe together, your makeup, and always looking your best. January is a great time to start in assessing what image you want to put out, and then also changing up your closet, getting whatever you need. We're inside, the weather's terrible. There's all these sales. This dress, for example, was 60% off. I'm thinking it's time to shop, but you need a plan.
So I've been trying to build that professional wardrobe, and of course, like, this is a loud statement piece, some might say. But I've been working on some of those basics. So what are some tips and tricks to maybe keep that closet a little bit tidier?
You already know what image you're trying to portray. It sounds like you want to look more professional. You want to put that out. Now, for TV, it's a whole different wardrobe. I mean, look at your major TV station. Those girls, you don't see those women dressed like that around Delaware walking around. They have a look about them. So there's certainly a look for that. So you seem to want that professional whatever, and you are just so much fun. You seem like you just want fun, and you're like would be a great girlfriend to hang out with, and you have more fun. And is that what image you're trying to protect?
I think so. Normally, I do love a lot of cheetah and a lot of color.
Animal print.
Yes, I'm a big animal print girl, and I like big jewelry, big hoops. So it tends to
statement pieces. So you want to be kind of out there. Everything changes, and you have to go with that. If you don't, you get stuck in a rut, and I think a lot of women, they don't really move with the times.
Right.
And you have to keep moving with the times so you don't look so dated. Once you decide what image you want to portray, then you need to take inventory of your closet, see what you need. For example, I just bought a pair of really nice brown boots. I got home and I realized I don't have anything to go with it. So I bought, a brown skirt. And then I bought brown pants. And then I brought a brown turtleneck. So I can wear this look a lot of different ways with my new brown pants, with my new brown boots. So that's a good way to start. You have a new piece in your wardrobe, add around it. Another thing I do is replacement shopping. These were old pants I bought like 10 years ago, out of style. I went and bought a newer pair of pants in style. So I'm swapping out the old for a more updated thing. And I think that's a really good way to go. This idea of shop till you drop we're ending that, we're burning that this year because it's too expensive to do that.
So Gary, you're not going anywhere. We still have a lot more ground to cover, especially when it comes to maybe kind of tidying up that big messy wardrobe. So we're gonna get to that in just a little bit. Stick around. Okay. Coast Life, before the break, we introduced you to Gary Lewis, a professional fashion consultant. And Gary, you were telling us about the replacement wardrobe. Now you're going to introduce us to what you're calling the forever wardrobe.
Yes, I would like to be known as starting the forever wardrobe.
Yes.
And it started when I was out to lunch with a bunch of girlfriends, and we happened to pass the Tiffany store, and they said, you need to get those. So I got these. They were very expensive, and I even called up my husband to say, would you get these for my birthday? But these I bought 4 years ago. And this is forever wardrobe. These I will have forever. And they look nice. Everything about them is great. They're expensive, but remember, if you buy cheap, you have to keep buying more. So it's better to buy something really nice that will stay in style for a while and create your forever wardrobe. The other thing is, this is a cashmere sweater. Very nice to have a few pieces of something really lovely and luscious. I would, think something that's a nice neutral color. It's my color. It would be good. This was my Christmas present.
I'm obsessed with that.
Okay, so this was a ring that nobody wanted. It's my mother-in-law's who's passed away, and nobody wanted it. And I said, I like it. So I went and had a jeweler put it on a pendant. And it's really sentimental to me, and this is another forever piece. We'll pass it on to the grandchildren, and I think use some of the great stuff you have and wear that. So these were pricey, but we bought them right after Thanksgiving, and I said to her, you're going to wear them all through all the Christmas shows and all your New Year's Eve parties. You're going to wear this for a long time. And that's the other thing about fashion. If you buy expensive sort of the first time around, you will wear it longer. You pay extra, but it's the beginning of the fashion trend. When you wait till the very end, it's almost out. It's probably out when you see it. So this was a good purchase for her. If you can't buy anything new, I have a 20-year-old winter coat. I didn't want to replace it. I bought a beautiful scarf. Add something to what you have. This is a good way to save money too.
Yeah, great advice. Now, Gary, I know we wanted a little feedback on our own outfits. I'm feeling like perhaps this wasn't my best choice today.
We definitely both went with personality pieces, I think you could say.
Did. You knew I was coming.
Yes,
So,
we knew you were coming, and we wanted you to kind of just tear us up.
Well, I'll start with Lee.
Go for it.
Okay, Lee is in her colors. She is warm-based, and I can see that these are all going well. Her lipstick is matching, all that. I find in here right now, as I look at you, you're very shiny, so I would do more powder. I think you're Italian, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if I were you, I would pull out the Italian. I would get my hair cut maybe 4 inches. I think you should differ in your hair, and I would do more of the maybe some caramel or reddish highlights, but look Italian. Look fitted clothes, suedes, furs, gold jewelry.
I'm liking this vision.
Yes, and also that would look very professional too. You could do that in your warm tones. So I think but I think hair,
full Italian,
and a little bit more. You're so pretty. I would bring up the eyes more a little bit with your eye makeup. And that's professional makeup artists coming in and tell you how to do that. But I think this is really fun today. And then you want me to start on you?
Please, let's do it.
Okay, Paige, you're in all the wrong colors.
Oh no!
You should not be wearing those colors. You could bring up the black. You had on a hot pink dress with zebras on it the other day, and you looked amazing. The hot pink,
we love the pink
and the black. Those are your colors.
Okay.
And if you are going to wear warm, you have to change out your lipstick. Your lipstick's cool based. You need to be. You should let her borrow that. But actually, it's really neat that you're in suede. It's such a fun outfit. I like your hair up there. I think that's good. Big earrings are a little bit hard to carry because you move your head a lot, and you don't want people looking at the bobbing earrings. I would do less of the tails on your eye. I think both of you need to go to a really good makeup artist and get a new look. I think you need to find out what's in style, and tell them you're in media that you need to bring up a little bit more. But the tails I'm not into. Remember, beauty is taking what you have and enhancing it. That's why I like the Italian in. That's you. Really get it big. You're fun, whatever. The curls are good. I do a more pinker lipstick, the bright colors, and be that.
I love that. No, we should just.
We're going to take these notes home with us. I'm so going to keep Gary here with us forever and ever, although unfortunately.
It's my opinion. It's not law.
No, but people. We need to hear it. We were trying to freshen up, and so that's why we brought you in to hear. It can be harsh. It can feel harsh, but it's not.
But it's good to know. And so we'll take all this advice. Gary, it's been great talking with you.
You're fabulous.
I know we're going to have you back in studio. We still have a little bit, though, kind of speaking of fashion and brand names to get to. We've got a little bit of Coast Life left, so stay right there.
Take a look at this bag. Wow. Does it remind you of a paper bag? A lunch bag?
A lot like a school lunch.
It should. Now, the only difference is this bag is $3,000. Leah, take it away.
I'm out. I'm out. I can't. I'm not really a big designer handbag girly in the first place. I'm certainly not a designer lunch bag girly, especially if it's going to look like a paper bag.
How ridiculous is this? And I still can't tell. I need Louis Vuitton to let us know. Do you actually put your lunch in this, or is it just like a cute, trendy purse that looks like a lunch bag?
I need to know, are they out of ideas? Like, who thought of this one, and how did it get...
He did. He partnered with Louis Vuitton.
Pharrell, why? The lunch bag?
$3,000. I need new brakes on my car. I could use $3,000 for that.
Cafeteria couture?
Yeah.
I think not.
I'm so done. Isn't that the worst when rich influencers love being rich, love being an influencer, but I don't love the entitlement where like, look, I'm relatable, I have a lunch
Well,
bag.
it kind of reminds me of, remember when Kanye came out with a line that looked like trash bags?
Yeah.
Specifically designed with like homelessness in mind, and it just felt like he really missed the mark.
Yeah, there was like that trend too of the t-shirts that had holes, but not like the cute holes like our ripped jeans. It was like supposed to look
and it just
old
yes,
and
when
dirty.
you people who are actually really genuinely struggling out there, and then to see it displayed like a costume on the wealthy, it doesn't really land.
I encourage you all, if you're watching and you are planning on spending $3,000 on this lunch bag, buy lunch for 3,000 people.
Hey, I like that.
I don't know if I would buy 3,000.
Maybe not quite 1,000 or 3,000 people, but
McDonald's, get 2,000 people.
Take that money and buy lunch for other people.
Do something else with it. Or buy your bag. Who are we to tell you what to do? But crazy town. All right.
I don't think you're going to see it here on the Coast Life couch.
You will not.
Sure.
No. If you bring it in, we'll judge you this much. Just a little bit.
That's right. It is about that time for us to get on out of here, though. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Coast TV News at 5 takes it from here, and we'll see you tomorrow.